Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. A few years ago, we decided to put together a video for the history of our district for one of our annual conferences. And for this, it turned out that we needed to get some historical footage from the National Museums of Kenya in Nairobi. So a couple of us went to see the director of the museum, and we explained to him who we were and what we wanted. And he asked us a lot of questions about what it was we were trying to do. He wanted to know, what is Rotary? What do they do? What are the meetings like? And who are the members, and so on. He had heard about Rotary, but he didn't know very much about it. So he asked us all these questions, which we answered, and finally, there was a bit of a silence, during which my friend and I were asking ourselves, so are you going to give us the footage or not? But instead of giving us an answer, he asked us another question. And that question was, how can I join? And that is how the director of the National Museum became a Rotarian. And that's just one story, but it's the object lesson that I want to start with today. So you've heard from Sharon, who talked about how strong brands behave, how they effectively control and set relationships and expectations for the way consumers perceive and engage with them. And that's right. It's consumers, the people who want to buy what we are selling. And that is the Rotary experience. I enjoyed hearing her immensely. And to be honest, what she said was exactly what I and many other Rotarians who are experts in the field of this maddening world of marketing and have long thought we needed to do in Rotary to tell our story and to tell it effectively. Unfortunately, that is something that we've not always done consistently or very well. But as you've heard, we are turning a corner. There has never been a more exciting time to be a Rotarian because we have incredible stories to tell. By investing in talent, resources, and initiatives, we are poised now more than ever to help Rotary clubs bring their stories to life and in an ever more consistent and compelling and effective ways. So we started with research. And it's those kernels of data and information that which strong brands live and die. Last year, Rotary commissioned a very large public opinion survey, which was carried out in 15 Rotary countries, to gauge the degree of awareness that people have of Rotary and the kind of perceptions people have about our organization. There is very good news in this survey. First, many people know about Rotary. Most people surveyed were aware of Rotary. That's anywhere from half to 100%, depending on the country. And of those people who were aware of Rotary, most of them were positive or had positive impressions about our organization. And again, this varied from country to country, but it was about 75% overall. Second, we are making progress. When we first conducted research in 2012 and 2013, we've seen the general awareness growing from 60% to 75% in 2015. We have made progress, but we also have a lot of work to do. Unfortunately, even the many people who have heard of Rotary and have a general positive impression of Rotary don't really understand what Rotary is. They haven't heard of any programs, and they don't know about our effort to end polio forever. They don't know about our youth exchange, our areas of focus, and nearly 60% of the respondents surveyed did not even know about Rotary clubs. In most countries, Rotary is associated with men. And an overwhelming majority of the respondents did not think that Rotary was welcoming to new members. They didn't see themselves in our picture. Two of the top reasons that respondents gave for not volunteering with Rotary was that they'd never been asked, and they didn't know how to get involved. We can't expect people to come and support Rotary because become involved, become a member or a partner with Rotary if they do not know what Rotary is or what we do. However, we know who we are. We know who we are, and that has never wavered. For more than a century, we have been the people with integrity and influence who build personal and professional relationships that allow us to share a vision and, importantly, take action to create a change in our communities. That is the message that we need to put out there. And we must do it consistently. Another hallmark behavior of strong brands that Sharon mentioned. Consistency in our messaging and consistent in the way we show our brand. As you know by now, you and your teams have access to a robust set of guidelines and tools for brand development located in the Rotary Brand Center in My Rotary. And in just a few moments, I have the great pleasure in sharing the exciting debut of the new global advertising campaign called People of Action. This will be accompanied by a toolkit for use in your districts and clubs to help with the consistency and continuity that we've just discussed. I'm very excited to share this public announcement with you. We're also very pleased about the refresh of Rotary.org site, launched 2 weeks ago, and I've got to tell you that the feedback has been incredibly positive. For many people, our website is the introduction of the great work that Rotary members do to improve their lives around the world. It's meant to create an emotional connection that inspires potential members, donors, and partners to get involved. This all brings with it clarity of how we showcase ourselves visually and how we use our messaging to support our brand. This also extends to developing and using the resources that all clubs can use to tell our story on a grander scale. Because we're not all going to get the opportunity that we had in that museum office to tell our Rotary story with every potential Rotarian. But if we're going to grow, and grow in the way that we want to grow, if we're going to reach all those potential great Rotarians out there, with this message, we have to get the message out to all those potential Rotarians. Until now, any Rotary clubs or districts who wanted to take the right step or the next step in reaching potential members who wanted to advertise Rotary in their communities were pretty much on their own in terms of developing their own material. The last time we developed materials for clubs outside of the This Close campaign was 5 years ago. It's very clear that the time is right for developing new global materials for clubs and districts that is shaped by research and aimed at helping us to tell a consistent, compelling story about all of those people who have heard of Rotary and don't yet know Rotary. Will have a chance to connect personally and understand the impact that Rotary makes. So they can see who we are. We are the people of action.
Possibilities are all around us. everywhere we look, we see opportunity. We see potential in unexpected places. And when we share our ideas with others, we know they'll see it too. And bring new perspectives, lend unique skills, and take action in the communities all around the world that we call home. When people come together, that's when real change happens. Like transforming an old bus to feed hungry children, or providing life-saving equipment to those who need it most. From fighting disease to rebuilding schools, we turn what we see into what we've done. We are people of action. Get involved at Rotary.org.
What you've just seen is the first look at our People of Action public image campaign, which will be formally launched at the International Convention in Atlanta this June. In addition to the video, we will be developing print advertisements, online and social media ads, radio and outdoor advertising. In addition to the one we've just seen just now, there will be ads about the relationships and connections that you make through Rotary, the value that you can bring from the Rotary Club experience, and the ads highlighting the work that we do within our areas of focus. Many of these pieces will be available from the start of your year in June, and the others will be available over the following 12 to 18 months in all Rotary languages. All of this will be customizable into local languages and with local contact information so that they can be a clear call to action and a way to find out more. These are exciting tools, and one of the most important things that you can do is to focus on ensuring that you have a strong district public relations team or a strong district public image team to help you to implement these tools in your newsletters, in your websites, in advertisements, and in the area where we can get the most bang for our buck, through social media. The best part is, you don't need to be an expert, but all you need to do is to surround yourself with Rotarians who have these skills. Work with them to coordinate training and information sessions on the campaign. Give serious thought to the appointments that you make for your communication posts. Who has the kind of experience and the connections in marketing, advertising, and the other communication fields to give and help drive this campaign? Who can help arrange get these ads placed on public service announcements or create strategies for pooling and leveraging the joint funding or in-kind support benefiting the entire district? Who can develop relationships with local media to gain free publicity for our work and the value that we bring to our communities? Importantly, who is going to drive your social media campaign? The ongoing investments that we've made in brand, from the brand strengthening campaign to the recent website update to this new campaign, are all exciting and all very needed. But they will only be effective when we, as the leaders within Rotary, prioritize these investments and encourage clubs and districts to use them so that we can maximize their returns. Remember, strong brands champion brand all the way from the top. For this campaign to work, for us to truly get our Rotary story out into the world, we need every Rotarian, in every district, in every part of the world, to be brand ambassadors, and starting from those of us in this room. The goal here, the goal of all this, is building understanding of who we are and what we do. It's about creating an emotional connection, because we all know our own connection with Rotary is right from the heart. And we want people to feel what we feel in Rotary, and then come to a club, come to a Rotary club themselves and feel it even more. We know our stories. We are our brand. We are people of action. Thank you.